Hello everyone, welcome to the demonstration of Library Management System project. I am Rakesh, one of the students in Edyoda Digital University. Before going to the coding and other parts, we have to know that how the library management system works and why we need this system. Basically, this system is to maintain the details of the book that helps to keep the track of the book issued and written by the students and also by the members. With the help of these track records, we can issue the bills and calculate the actual fine must be issued to the particular students and or to the members. And by this system, we can easily get the details of books which are present in the library, and we can easily search the books uh, just by using the author name or by the book names, and easily find the book where it is present and in which rack by its IBDN number, and how many books are present, and how many books are borrowed and returned. All these records are recorded in this system. The main purpose of this library management system project is to reduce the manual work and for smooth flow of library activities and other works. Okay, now let's have a look into the project. In this project, mainly we have three categories. One is flowchart, and another one is class diagram, and the final part is coding part. Okay, let's move on to the flowchart part. This is the flowchart of the library management system. Before explaining this library management system, we have to know that basically what is flowchart. And generally, this flowchart is a diagram of sequence of action of people or things involved in a complex system of activity. Or by in programming language, flowchart can be defined as the graphical representation of complex program in relation of its sequence of the function. Let us discuss the library management system flowchart. In this library management system project flowchart, there are three main categories, and the first one is the system, and the second one is students, and the third one is the librarian. Let us discuss one by one. In this system, there are two kinds. First one is the login with the details, and the another one is the maintenance. To access the system, the students or the librarian has to log in with their details to access the system. Login details entered by the student is valid, then they can borrow and return the book. The login details entered by the librarian is valid, they can access the maintenance of the system. If the entered login details is invalid, it can cancel the access of the system. In this maintenance part, the system maintains the records of the student who are accessed and the records of the books, that is issued books list, and books need to be returned and returned books, and also the billing and the payments. And the second part is students. Here the student has to pay fees and register to borrow the books and for other activities in the library. If the student pay and register, they will be given to the login the system give them to the access to the system. If the students didn't pay the fees and register, it cancel the registration, cancel the accessing to the system. The login details they provided to the system is correct, they can borrow and return the books. In librarian part, the librarian has the login to the system and to maintain the records of the student books and the payments. And librarian has the full maintenance power of the students and the books. He has to maintain the records in the system. He can add the students and remove the student. If they pay and register, they give the access to the students to borrow the books. And librarian duty is to add the books to the library and to the system, and he has the power to add, update and remove the books from the system, from the library. And this is the part of the flowchart of library management system. Okay, let's move on to the second category of the library management system project, that is class diagram. This is the class diagram of the library management system project. This basically, the class diagram is a static structure diagram that describes the structure of a system by showing the classes and their attributes, operation and relationship among the objects. And these are the specific classes I have implemented in this library management system. Let me explain the relationship between their classes. And here there are 5 classes: the book class and the librarian class, system class, student class, and finally last one is the bills. Let's see the specific roles carried by the classes. This system has the ability to update the details and book records that will be stored in the system. The student record which they registered through paying the bills, and the registrations and billing and the payments, that all will be recorded in this system. And in librarian class, librarian can issue the books, add books, and add students to the system, and remove the students, and they edit the details, all in the system. It can be only done by the librarian. In this book class, can add the book to the library and delete the book from the library and display the book details. That all should be worked in the book class. And in student class, the student can request the books and pay bills and return the books that are borrowed earlier in the library and purchase the books from the library. And the final part is the bill class. In this, only the 2 operations will carried out, that is the create bills and the update bills. This is about the class diagram. And another part is, and the librarian can access the system, and the librarian can issue the books to the students which books are requested by the students, and the bills will be issued to the students. All this main work is done by the librarian. Okay, now let's move on to the coding part of the library management system, and that is the final category of this coding part. This is the coding part where we have the 5 files, and the first one is the book items, and the catalog file, and the user file, and the last one is the test function file. In this test function, we are going to print the output of the following the project. Okay, let's discuss this function. Test function. From book, we have imported the book file code is here, and this in the book file we imported the class book. In class book, we are going to initialize the name of the book and the author of the book and the published date and the pages. And initially the total count should be 0, and the book item should be in empty list, and issue book should be in empty list, and return book should be in empty list. And this class book, we are going to add the book items. That's by ISBN. This is the book number and the rank which I have to put the book item. The book item is assigned to the B value, B variable, and this appended to the book items, and it increment the count of the book by 1. And we are going to print the book, search the book items by its ISBN book number, and remove the book item. And after removing the book item, we are going to decrement the count of the number by 1. And in book items, we are going to initialize the book, which book we are going to, that are explained in this book file, and ISBN number, and which rack it will be going. For requesting the book by the name, we can return the book by it assigning that name, this book item. And the next part, and from catalog, import catalog. In this catalog file, we are going to import the catalog class to the test function, where we initialize the book count to 0 and the book item to the empty list. In this catalog part, you can add the book providing all the details, which is the name of the book and the author of the book and the publisher date and the pages. You can search the book by the name and search the book by author. To search the book by name, we have to name.strip, that is as equal to the book name. Then we are going to return the book. For book items in the self books, if author strip, that is as equal to the book author, can return the book. The display of all the books, then print the different book count. And similarly the request book and to return the book. The third one is from user import the member and the librarian. In this user file, we defined all the members and the librarians, which should be initialized by their name and the location and their age and the other ID and the student ID. For the members, for librarians, they have to enter the librarian details should be name, location and age, other, and here we can provide the user details in this user file. And in test function part, we added some books here. The book name is Shudab. The author of the book is Phil Knight, and that is published in 2015, and the number of pages is 312. That we said before in the book part. We initialize by the name, author and published date and the pages that we entered there. And add book items, and this is the IBN number and this is the rack number. That in book items we have the book name and the ISBN number and the rack number that is issued here. And we are going to print that beyond book that is added to the library. And the catalog function is used there for adding the books to the, these are the different number of books that are present and different book number, and these are the rack number. And here member is defined, user member, that is already set here in this user file. The user member is to be registered through name and location, age and other ID and student ID. This member ID is defined here. Its name and the place, age and is the other ID and the student ID. And the librarian also add his details to log in to access the system. The librarian user, this is the name, location, age, other ID and it is the employment ID. There should be all returned in library part. Is librarian name and its location, age and its other ID and its employment ID. And we can search the books. We can search the book by the author name or the book by the book name. We can also add the we can search also by the author, like this, the same way. And we are going to request the book. If the book is present, it will give the output as the book issued successfully. If you want to return the taken book from the library, it will give us the return successful. Thank you. Okay, let's run these files first. Here we get the details of the output of the test function. Should fill net which has two number of books that are present in that we added in the library, and different book count is 1. Only one type of book we have added. We can add different books by like this only. The book name, different books names will be B1, and other books we can add it like this only. And should fill night, and this the book item of 3 numbers. The total number of counts will be rated here. The which Bangalore is the student ID of this member, and Ravantik is the librarian. And surely please enter your name of the need to take. We just added the only one book here, so we are going to take that book. We are going to type B. Yeah, B book is issued successfully. We have taken the book from the library. That's one book is showed up, and we are going to return that. We have to return the book already. We can type the B, and the book is returned successfully. Thank you. So this is the codes for the library management system. Thank you.